Hello, my name is Recky, and welcome back for another severe weather reaction. We're gonna go back to the Weather Channel, and we're gonna check out Storm Stories, Hurricane Andrew. And I like to think, but I can't really remember. I'm probably gonna get the information from the video, of course, but I'm trying to remember when it was. A- Andrew. Yeah, I'm not gonna speculate in that. If you do enjoy the weather reactions, those severe weather reactions currently with me, don't forget to show it by hitting that like. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe. That's something I would greatly appreciate. So thank you. If you haven't checked out the Weather Channel before, you find the link for the channel in the description, as well as for the video we're gonna watch. So go there and give them the support that they so much deserve. Thank you. Before we watch, we say thank you so much to the channel members and the patrons. Thank you so much for the excellent support. A big shout out to the Supreme Tier donators over by Patreon and, of course, channel membership. Big shout out for you guys. And a personal shout out goes to the ultimate supporters. That's Deja, Walt, Dwayne, Dana, Troy, Robert, Matt, Lon, Barbara, and Kathy. Amazing list right there. If you want to join them, click join to become a member or check out the coolest link ever pinned on top of all the comments. There you go. Let's do this. I'm going to move myself over here and
Careful, careful, careful.
so this is Hurricane Andrew. I'm clicking everywhere now as usual. Okay, Recky. Oh my days. Yeah, make sure that we don't get our head blown off with the sound here.
Was the mother. The car is shaking as if there were. Andrew was unlike any other hurricane. Careful, careful, careful. This was the mother. The car is shaking as if there were 10 people on either fender bouncing it up and down.
It was like a semi-tractor trailer flooring it and ramming your home.
This is the house we live in, and it's blowing down around us.
The roof just came off.
We believed that as long as we kept the mattress on top of us, we'd be all right.
Holy! We gotta get out of here. We were in the wrong place, and this was serious. We could die.
From the Weather Channel, this is Storm Stories with
Storm Stories and real-time tornadoes is definitely one of my favorite things to watch. I'm gonna be blown away by Hurricane Andrew because I can't remember it, and I feel ashamed a bit for that.
meteorologist Jim Cantori.
August 23rd, 1992. Hurricane Andrew makes a beeline toward South Florida.
The core of strong winds was absolutely devastating. It was 165 mile per hour wind gusts in it that were estimated to be upwards of 190 miles per hour.
Forecasts predict Andrew will slam into the east.
What?
Estimated to be upwards of 190 miles per hour.
198. Holy shit.
Forecasts predict Andrew will slam into the eastern coastline overnight. The state issues a massive evacuation order for South Florida. Homestead, a sleepy town of 30,000, is directly in Andrew's crosshairs. What no one knows is that when Andrew hits, it will be only the third Category 5 hurricane to ever make landfall in the United States, and one of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history.
If you talk to a Andrew survivor, their eyes sort of change. They get this terrified look on their face when they tell the story of what happened to them in the hurricane. You know, enough to almost make you go mad.
I'm Kerry Sanders.
In Miami, Kerry Sanders has been reporting on hurricanes his entire career. With landfall just hours away, Kerry sees a golden opportunity.
With a hurricane, especially one that's going to come in at night, nobody really sees what happens. We had this idea, let's go out and we'll actually show the hurricane. How powerful is this fury that Mother Nature's bringing in?
Kerry and his cameraman drive off in search of the hurricane. 50 miles away in Homestead, Lifelong Floridian Linda Bell, her husband, and their 3 daughters do not heed evacuation warnings.
We had friends that evacuated, and I laughed at them. And I'm like, you wimps, it's just a Florida storm. Come on, I've lived here all my life.
Linda has seen dozens of hurricanes in her life and makes the usual preparations for Andrew.
We had every window in the house shuttered. We did stock up the house. We had enough to last us a couple of days. We thought we were in really, really good shape.
Across town, Homestead resident Bill Zinn, his wife Sandy, and their children Ian and Kara also decide to ride out Andrew at home.
It's Sunday, August the 23rd. This is preparations for Hurricane Andrew.
Bill videotapes his property for insurance purposes.
As you can see, we've boarded up the house. We've put tie downs on the boat to hopefully keep it from moving around too much. Of course, to start getting strong winds and rain later on tonight.
Unbeknownst to his family, 17.
I think that's extremely eerie to know that it's super calm. As a Swede that never really gets any type of severe weather, it kind of freaks me out that it's so calm right now, but just in a couple of hours, all hell is gonna break loose.
Winds and rain later on tonight.
Unbeknownst to his family, 17-year-old Ian decides to make a secret audio recording to document the hurricane.
It's getting close. This is Hurricane Andrew.
It was the first big storm he had ever been through, and the only thing I can assume is he just wanted to document the fact that he was experiencing something new.
It's 9:40. All is quiet. Stars are out. Not a whole lot's going on, really.
The calm before the storm is just that. By 10 p.m., strong winds and rain start to pummel South Florida. The Zinn family decides to head in for the night.
You can hear it booming outside, lightning everywhere. I'm not gonna sleep much tonight.
While the Zinns go to bed, reporter Kerry Sanders and his cameraman go to work trying to capture Hurricane Andrew's wrath. Their first stop, Miami Beach.
Well, here you can see the water's just whipping up, the wind is whipping up, the surf is just coming right.
So they are actually outside and meeting Hurricane Andrew at the docks, basically.
Across the front of our car.
The wind's blowing hard. I have a light out the window and we're shining it. The sand, it's almost like a blizzard, a snowstorm of sand. Not only the sand, but the rainwater itself on my hand felt like somebody stuck a sandblaster out there. It was a furious display of what we now know was coming.
There's a flag on a mast that is, well, it's hanging on there. I'm not exactly sure how.
Oh my God, he's
we'll see
struggling.
whether
Look at
that's
that.
the white flag of surrender.
Around 11 p.m., Andrew's eye wall is still nearly 6 hours away from landfall. Kerry and his cameraman decide to drive south towards Homestead.
We'll go down to Homestead. We'll ride this hurricane out down there because, you know, everybody always ignores the smaller communities.
Once in Homestead, they realize that the location is not ideal for shooting videotape.
So we're sitting in the car and we're looking around. There's like 3 street lights here, and the power is going to go out eventually. And then we're going to have to cover this entire hurricane with what amounts to a very powerful flashlight to see it.
The 2-man crew turns the car around and heads back north towards Miami.
Thank God, because I wouldn't be sitting here right now if we decided to ride it out in Homestead.
Around midnight, Hurricane Andrew is about 65 miles offshore, but its effects are all.
You already think that I'm thinking that, okay, so Hurricane Andrew is not here, but his baby sister and his baby brother is already in Homestead. And it's already like, oh, that's nasty. Oh, that's just the kids. Dad is coming soon.
Already being felt in Homestead. Andrew's fury awakens Linda Bell and her family.
The winds began to howl, and I mean howl. Then begins the pounding, as if a semi-tractor trailer was ramming into your house, putting it in reverse and then flooring it. Your whole entire house is vibrating around you.
Linda and her husband direct their 3 daughters into the hallway.
We knew the hallway was the safest place in the entire house because there is nothing that can actually come in contact with the hallway walls. Everything else is an outer wall but the hallway.
As the family cowers in the hallway, water infiltrates the house.
Water was coming in everywhere. Water was coming in through the slits in the door, through the slits in the windows. Water was coming in now through the ceiling. And so all of a sudden, we were all wet.
50 miles to the north, Carrie Sanders drives through an obstacle course of debris littering the highway.
Literally, the city is being torn up, and things are flying over the car. Tree limbs are coming by. There's the tree that was blocking our entire passage on the other side. Luckily, we're able to come over on this side to get across, and we're just going to go ahead and get around it. If anybody's ever played a video game where you had like 1 second before to make a decision, that's what it was like. You didn't really have time to do anything.
Don't stop. Nothing's worth stopping for.
Tensions mount as Carrie and his cameraman realize they have totally lost control. Their fate is now in Andrew's hands.
Careful, careful, careful! Come on, damn it! Watch what you're doing!
Neither of us, I think, were willing to admit to the other that, you know, okay, we're the fools. What are we doing out here? I'm a little scared. Are you scared?
Damn it, Carrie, you're gonna get us killed here.
So instead, the bravado gets turned up and a lot of screaming and yelling takes place.
Holy!
Suddenly, a giant interstate sign tears across the front of the car.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out.
Carrie swerves, missing it by inches.
That was like a razor blade that could have taken the top of the car and our heads off.
We may be into something here worse than what we thought.
We realized that we were in the wrong place.
I understand the reason that they went out, you know, to get the pictures, so people actually can understand that this is something that you do not mess with. But they messed up.
And this was serious. We could die.
Carrie pulls off the highway and parks the car underneath an elevated train platform in between two concrete columns. The columns help buffer the punishing winds.
It was hard to believe that there's something worse than where we are.
But for the small city of Homestead, it is much worse. At around 4 a.m., all 4 members of the Zinn family wake up as 120-mile-per-hour winds scream against their home. Ian continues to record an audio diary.
I just woke up. It is storming outside.
Hurricane Andrew's front eye wall begins to bulldoze Homestead.
This sounds like a freight train is coming through non-stop. Oh my God.
A window shatters in Bill's home office. Ian and Bill grab a mattress from Kara's room and try to block the window.
The wind was so strong it was blowing them back and the mattress back.
Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Ian, God bless his heart, he says, you know, Dad, if we stay here, something's gonna fly through this window and kill both of us.
Bill and Ian make a mad dash out of the office and slam the door shut. Sandy grabs the king-sized mattress from her bed and puts it in the hallway, the safest place in their house.
I just says, we're just gonna put this mattress here just in case. And about then, other windows started breaking.
The door from Kara's bedroom rips off its hinges.
Once the bedroom door blew off, when we decided, you know, we needed to get some protection.
The entire family of 4 ducks under the mattress. Suddenly, the roof rips off the house.
The roof just came off.
All right.
Okay.
It's all right. We're underneath the mattress. We're fine.
This is the house we live in, and it's blowing down around us.
Oh, I needed that break because it started to freak me out. Kind of pisses me off that I have no idea. I've heard about Hurricane Andrew, of course. Did know nothing about the damage that it did. Katrina is basically the only hurricane that I actually got information about before I did a reaction to it. Hurricane Andrew. Clueless.
August 24th, 1992. Hurricane Andrew buzzsaws across southern Florida. With wind gusts up to 175 miles an hour, it is one of the most powerful U.S. hurricanes on record. In Homestead, the Zinn family takes cover underneath the mattress. With their roof blown off, there is hardly any protection against Andrew's ferocious winds and rain.
How far are you in? Just barely.
Hanging on to the mattress was very, very hard, and the wind was trying to pull it up, so everything we could do was just to hang on to it and keep it down on top of us.
We were exposed to the elements, but we believed that as long as we kept the mattress on top of us, we'd be all right.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna get a better grip on this.
Bill and Sandy's son Ian continues to roll an audio recording of the action.
Is everybody okay down there?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
3 miles away, Hurricane Andrew also terrorizes Linda Bell and her family. They seek shelter in the hallway as their house reaches its breaking point.
The wind had gotten up through these panels, and the glass doors were literally bowing, kind of like a bow and arrow. But I've never seen glass bend like that before my eyes.
During the chaos, Linda's daughter Stacy gets up to use the restroom. Linda remembers that there is a window behind the shower curtain.
At the last moment, I said, close the shower curtain, because if the glass breaks, you want the glass to hit the curtain and not you.
Stacy does as her mom says.
We heard this huge, huge bang, and we heard glass break. Mommy! And then she screamed. That scared me.
A neighbor's shed flies over 2 fences and careens into the bathroom. The glass shatters into the shower curtain. A near miss. Stacy is not injured.
If I hadn't have told her seconds before she went in to close the shower curtain, all the broken glass from the bathroom window would have been all over my daughter.
We're going to be riding the storm out where we are right now.
50 miles north, reporter Kerry Sanders and his cameraman are hunkered down in their car underneath a train platform.
Hurricane Andrew is hitting with full fury. It was like the Miami Dolphins football team was on the front bumper and the back bumper shaking the car. It was frightening. It was a tremendous amount of power.
The chaos outside does not keep the small crew from reporting on Andrew.
We figured we better get as low to the ground as possible. So I slithered down off the passenger seat down to the floorboards of the car and just sort of lay my head on the seat and went into reporter mode.
Right now I'm laying on the floor of the car. The winds are gusting outside our car up to 165 miles per hour. I've got myself in this position in case some debris were to fly through and maybe hit a window. At least my head will be out of the way. If we have any sense of safety, it is here simply because we are underneath the metro rail. If anything does blow through here, hopefully it'll hit the cement stilts that are holding us up.
At 5:05 a.m., Andrew's eye passes over Homestead. The brief respite gives residents like Linda Bell a chance to survey the carnage and check on the neighbors.
Everybody kind of came out the front doors because everything else was boarded up and looked at each other's house and said, how are you doing? How are you doing?
3 miles east, the Zinn family welcomes the break.
This is definitely the eye. Everything's calm.
If I had enough space, I could look up and see the stars. And there was virtually no wind blowing. It was dead calm.
The way I'm set up now, at least I got a little bit of protection.
The family discusses leaving the mattress and finding a safer area.
There's no sense in trying to get out of here.
I said, you know, if we climb out of here and all the rest of the houses are blown down and we have no place to go, what are we going to do for the second half of the storm? If we made it through the first half, the second half can't be any worse. And boy, was that wrong.
Okay. There we go.
The hurricane-force winds pick up again, blasting what remains of the house.
There was a lot of noise, a lot of wind, and heard pieces of the house banging and rattling.
Heavy debris falls on top of the mattress, pinning the family underneath.
The water heater fell down on top of Ian and was resting on his back, and he was trying to move around to get out from under.
We can push up.
Why do you want to push up?
Because my leg hurts. My leg.
The pressure from the debris makes the family immobile and completely helpless.
Mommy. What? Is that right?
14-year-old Kara begins to panic.
It's going to.
When you hear your child crying and wanting help, and you're not able to do anything, it's very frustrating.
To make matters worse, Kara suffers from asthma.
She would get asthma attacks if she got excited or upset. And so I was worried that she was going to go into an attack.
My back hurts, I have no feelings, both in my legs and arms. I know, deep breaths, okay?
So we were trying to keep her calm and tell her to slow down and just calm down.
The weight of the situation begins to dawn on Sandy. She cannot hold it together any longer.
God, be still. I know I would love to live too.
I started crying because Kara was so upset.
But when you move, you make it worse for everybody.
I think the frustration just got to Sandy, the fact that she couldn't do anything to help.
Mom?
At 7 a.m., Hurricane Andrew begins to leave Homestead,
Okay, it's getting lighter outside. What do you say, huh?
giving the Zinn family a chance to escape.
Ian was able to push his way up through the rubble, and then once he got up, he cleared enough off that I could get out.
Ian and Bill feverishly pull the rubble off of Sandy and Kara. They are alive, but the world they once knew has changed forever.
We rode out the storm under the mattress.
I'm telling you, the hurricanes are kicking ass. We talked about the difference between hurricanes and tornadoes, and hurricanes are kicking some serious butt.
August 24th, 1992. Hurricane Andrew cuts a deadly swath across southern Florida. No area is hit harder than Homestead. The Zinn family digs themselves out of the pile of rubble they once called home.
The house is gone. Van, all the windows are blown out. There's my boat, what used to be the boat.
As Bill Zinn videotapes his property, he can hardly keep himself together.
Sandy, after Ian, we rode out the storm under the mattress.
The first reaction is, why me? What did I do wrong?
To see your house, your whole life destroyed is devastating. It's just, you don't know what to do.
3 miles away, Linda Bell and her family step outside to an alien landscape.
It was like the night of the living dead. Everyone's just kind of walking, looking at each other. Then we realized, oh my God, every one of our homes are destroyed, every one.
They're telling us at the station that you should not be going in your car to go check on.
After spending the night in their car, Kerry Sanders and his cameramen continue to report on Andrew's carnage.
Ceiling collapsed, and this here is where the boy was sleeping.
When Kerry makes it down to Homestead, nothing can prepare him for what he sees.
I was breathless. Everything was flattened. The more you pulled out, the wider the shot, the more you realized it was everything. And it was horrific.
In total, Hurricane Andrew causes $26.5 billion in damage, demolishing over 100,000 homes.
To folks in South Florida, Andrew is a moment that those who experienced it will never forget, and those who didn't will never know what it means.
Bill and Sandy Zinn know what Andrew means all too well. After the hurricane, they rebuild in the same spot where their old house once stood.
We decided to stay here because this was home and we wanted to stay here. We love the weather, so here we are.
The Zinn family survives Andrew, but will face an even greater tragedy. 9 years after the hurricane, their son Ian drowns while swimming off the Florida Keys. He was 26 years old.
It was devastating for us. You know, parents aren't supposed to bury the kids. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Going through Ian's things after his death, Bill and Sandy find the secret audio diary from the night of Hurricane Andrew.
We sat and we listened to the whole tape, and that was hard.
It's getting close.
Very, very emotional.
All is quiet, stars are out. Not a whole lot's going on, really.
It takes Linda Bell and her family over a year to rebuild their home. But they also refuse to leave Homestead.
5 of us lived in a 30-foot travel trailer in the backyard. I never will go camping again. And that took care of it for me.
Linda Bell will make saving the community she loves a mission for years to come.
There's so much happening in this little town.
Wow. I was clueless about Andrew, to be honest. I didn't know the devastation that actually did. And I think hurricanes are definitely the size of Hurricane Andrew is just going to rip everything apart. Uh,
After Hurricane Andrew, nearly half of the population of Homestead, Florida moves away. An Air Force base closes and businesses shut their doors. But over the years, more and more people are calling Homestead home.
It took about 10 years for us just to kind of get back to normal and to see businesses begin coming.
Linda Bell is determined to get the city back on its feet.
Dance studio.
In 2007, she becomes the first female mayor of Homestead.
Oh, shit.
Embrace the old and welcome the new.
Since Hurricane Andrew, the population of Homestead has quadrupled to over 60,000. But for those who lived through Hurricane Andrew, Florida will never be the same.
We judge time in Florida as before Andrew and after Andrew. I hope and pray that we never see anything like that again.
For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori. Your local forecast is next.
I think that's it. Let's make sure that I'm not missing out any information. Doesn't look like I'm doing it. All right, I'm calling it right there. Yeah, okay. That was Hurricane Andrew that completely blew my mind, and I have no idea that of course, if you compare it to Katrina, which is kind of hard to do. I think that what I want to know, if you were there, if you know about it, how was the rescue services? Is it FEMA and stuff like that actually coming to aid people in Homestead or Florida overall after Hurricane Andrew? Because we know that when it comes to Katrina, it took a very long time for the government to actually send down help to people that was affected by Katrina. Let me know in the comment section what happened after Hurricane Andrew. I want to know that. And if you did enjoy this, don't forget to smack the like and, of course, hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And, well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ricky. You stay safe.